peace and love, you beautiful wonders with a spiritual level being. Nathan here from a spiritual level being, and yes, as always, you have a spiritual level being. Just a quick little chat. So I'm still recovering from my cold, almost there. Now, in regards to ancient Jewish mysticism and Kabbalah traditions, the belief was God was the good manifesting through us. Now they believe that the more good qualities here on earth meant that God was more powerful. So they believed the emanation of both the masculine and feminine concept of God was in manifestation when us human beings helped one another, observed the Sabbath, helped the poor, fed the poor, and did acts of fasting and deep prayer and meditation. Now, they believed in connecting through God through the Spirit, and when they read what we call the Jewish Bible or the Jewish scriptures, they did not just read it in regards to man and man's inward spiritual journey and development, but they also understood it as what was going on within God inwardly, such as through the traditions of the Zohar. So, in regards to ancient mysticism, we had different varieties of Jewish mysticism, different sects of Judaism included throughout this time, and each sect would have their own mystics within the said subgroups and in forming new groups. But the idea was understanding God through the Spirit. So through fasting, prayer, meditation, deep meditation and prayer on the elements of earth and the universe and how it is God in manifest and how it's all elements of God. So this includes inner universe of the human body as well, so containing elements of God. This can also be found within Gnosticism. Now, one such example of this in regards to ancient Jewish mysticism would be the act of deep meditation or prayer on the breath and air, as they believed that God would breathe life into Adam, or breathe life into the earth, and thus the very air we breathe. They would ponder on the heart and mind being connected, and thus being the manifestation or the image that's a manifestation of God. Now, in turn of this, they would believe that the human body itself would be represented by the higher realms. So as we stand tall, this meaning as it goes from the lower realms to the higher realms. So even that belief of the heart was borrowed time, or the essence of God itself manifested inwardly through the human body. So being in the image of the Spirit. So here we also have the belief being a divine manifestation through intelligence. So the human body being viewed as an intelligent design. Now, the view of the emanations of God being both masculine and feminine, being enacted through the love of human beings, this meaning that this was our true intended purpose of creation, and through the act of free will that we choose to do good, so we have a conscious choice of enacting love. Now, in turn with this, some ancient Jewish mystics believed that God was both light and darkness. Others believed that this world was in the lower realms created by the angels, manifested through God, and it was the spirit itself that belonged to God, and thus was superior to that over the material realm or the lower realms, thus belonging to the higher realms. Now, this can be found within Gnosticism as well. So again, represented within the human body, represented within the planets. The planets themselves would represent the gods or the angels, and even the emanations of God being the creative spark itself that continues to create here on Earth and the universe was derived as the creative spark of God, belonging to God, God's essence of creation. So in regards to God's feminine wisdom, this was Chokmah, which the Gnostics and even Jewish Christians would associate with Sophia. Sophia being regarded as the Holy Spirit and feminine wisdom of God. Now, you could also find within Jewish mysticism as well the concept of God and Asherah. So the Queen of Heaven and the King of Heaven being El Elyon and Asherah. So here we find different subgroups within Jewish mysticism and Kabbalah traditions as well, in regards to the ancient Jewish people and ancient Gnostics. Now, in regards to the mysteries and Jewish mysticism, the ancient rabbis would warn not to allow the unworthy or not ready initiate into the deep mysteries, believing that the mere sight of God or the mere comprehension of God through the Spirit can drive someone insane or could even kill them, and thus this could be associated with ancient drugs, narcotics. People would overdose. Now, this would also include deep fasting. People would starve to death. People would die of dehydration or exhaustion. So even the use of incense or fasting or ancient narcotics, these were viewed as divine rituals, as a way of communion with God, and they themselves could have consequences if not ready or not done properly. So thanks for joining us here in this little chat. Hope you all have a lovely day, a lovely night. Peace and love. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment as it helps the channel grow. Peace and love.